What up, badass train enthusiasts? This is your boy Andre here. So, sorry about the technical difficulty on making sure the video's up, but I'll try to make sure that it is up on today, the 23rd of July. And you're probably wondering, Andre, I can see on the side of your screen you're talking about the Lionel Volume 2 2026 catalog. Everyone's doing it. You're right. Everyone is actually talking about this catalog because they always talk about the brand new catalog that comes out. But the one thing I want to really talk about today concerning the catalog is really focusing on what type of catalog is this? Because if you really look at it in a very different view, the last 2 years of catalogs have been anniversaries of some sort. 2025, the 125th anniversary of Lionel. Huge things about the Hudsons that were coming out and having the Vanderbilt body types. Like, that was one thing. Then we wound up doing other things such as, we're going to look at seeing about a new Vision Line Big Boy, and then we had the AC9 this last year, and now we're into a new 2026 type of theme of it's the American anniversary, it's the bicentennial, and we are going to be going into depth about being patriotic and all of those things. Well, 2026 is almost over. We've already had the 4th of July, so the bicentennial is still going on, but we passed America's anniversary. But why this catalog? What is so special about this catalog? Well, honestly, this catalog actually reminds me of what train catalogs should look like. From the best to the affordable. This train catalog, in my opinion, is the best that it's actually been in a while. That's given us a lot of options in the second catalog of the year. So I'm going to talk about this mainly around people who are expanding on their new collection of trains. Okay? So without further ado, I want to get into the Lionel Catalog 2 of 2026. So getting straight into it, we're starting off with, of course, the table of contents. You can see what's in here. We're going to see American 250. We're going to see O scale, Vision Line options, Legacy Steam, Legacy Diesel, some rolling stock, Lion scale rolling stock, and traditional O scale. So traditional is actually what they consider semi-scale. For those who don't know, they usually wrap around O27 curves, and they are actually pretty much smaller and more, in the better words, more plastic. It is very, very durable plastic, of course, but it is very, very much for kids and individuals that love collecting trains and love to run them and that are a little bit rougher on them, right? Um, in there, we're going to see some options like Star Wars, Lion Chief 2.0. We'll get into more detail about that. I mean, you can read the rest. We're going to get to Halloween, Christmas, and expanding your world, which is usually more accessories. But moving forward, we can see that this is the second annual Lenny's Awards, right? So I wonder who's actually going to win it this year. My vote, if I actually had a vote, is actually Ben's Trains for Train Talk Tuesday. I think he does an amazing job getting the hobby out there, especially with vendors that you never heard of or never really get in contact with concerning custom runs and custom rolling stock, right? So right into it, America 250. So I'm not going to spend too much amount of time on this because we've seen a lot of America 250 this year, right? We saw the coming out of the big boy celebrating America 250 with a lot of flags. We saw rolling stock. Um, we saw some American reefer cars that were like super amazing in detail, and even patriotic um, passenger cars, the wood-sided passenger cars. So we've seen a lot of this. Now it seems like we're really focusing on diesel now instead of steam, and we can see some really interesting designs like this. Like I won't really get into the Reading Northern or the Lake Erie, but when you move over to the Canadian National, that's actually a pretty decent engine that I actually like the paint scheme on. The flag on there is pretty awesome as well, and of course the American 250 um, paint design with the Screaming Eagle. I love that. Um, you can also see right down here is this wonderful caboose, right? With some wonderful features such as die-cast trucks, operating couplers, LED internal lights, and and of course, like I said, sometimes you find some things that really work on O31s if you have those tighter curves. That's one in particular. Getting a little bit deeper into the ET44s, you'll see some ET44s on here. That like the We the People. That's a really good, really one with the Canadian Pacific in the uh, Kansas City. That's really awesome. Um, I won't get too much into it. If I really have to slow down, some of these paint schemes are pretty okay for what they are. Getting into the SD70 ACEs, like I really like some of these over here, especially this America 250. Now, I'm an Eagles fan, so Philadelphia Eagles fan in football. So seeing this giant star kind of like next to that blue, kind of like, I don't know. But with the 250 sign and it being actually Norfolk Southern, I really do like it. Um, I might get it I might get it non-powered because I have some SD70s that I could roll with the ES44s. But I do like that paint scheme right there and the fact that it's Norfolk Southern. Now, I won't stay too much on the big boy. This is the big boy Freedom Train paint scheme that they announced last catalog. I mean, the paint scheme is still amazing, but now we're actually starting to see some of the auxiliary tenders at the bottom right here and some flat cars. So that would actually be really good to like see what's rolling behind, maybe some tanks or even some other patriotic focuses. That would be pretty amazing, right? And I never noticed this, but there's a actual eagle ornament that's actually on the front right here. Um, I really see if I can zoom in. Well, I can't zoom in, but right here, that eagle ornament, it's supposed to be right there, and it says it right there, America 250 celebration. It's really showing that we are super patriotic, and I really love that. I know that anybody that was in the States or understands exactly how patriotic July 4th was this year, it was extremely patriotic. It was extremely focused, tons of fireworks, tons of people barbecuing out. It was probably one of the best 4th of July's I've had in a long time, where it was so focused on being free in this United States of ours, right? Again, more. We got the Atlantic right down here, the 062, the 060, and yeah, like I'm looking here, like super patriotic, United States basic. Some really cool details. Oh, and this one actually comes with a swinging bell. Oh, that's not usual. Most of the time we don't get the swinging bell. That's new on the Atlantic. So the Atlantic this time has the swinging bell, steam whistle, tender draw, control relocation for the boiler, um, and improved gearbox design. So the gearbox actually is supposed to be better. Okay, 18 inches long. It's pretty dope. Um, so And we got some dining cars that we're going to see in the catalog as well. All right. Well, again, I'm not going to really be into the more patriotic things. Oh, wow. So they actually have some Milwaukee Roads bicentennial aluminum cars. This 4 pack, about 1400 MSRP. Well, for those who never really understood when they're looking at the catalog, is that really the price? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. Pause. Just pause, breathe. If you're new to the hobby, you won't understand that this is just the MSRP. It is literally like buying a car from a dealership. It is not going to be, see if I can refocus. It's not going to be like it was, like a catalog is a catalog. It's not kind of like that. Um, what it is like is going to like your normal mom and pop shop. You'll see probably about 100 to 150 differentiation in price, especially with catalog and new incoming inventory. Um, because the truth is, most of our hobby shops don't make a ton of money off of new releases. Um, but if you get a good enough one, they'll help you get a great deal, and you'll be coming back for more, not just with new releases, but also their normal rolling stock or whatever they get in, right? But we'll get back to the Milwaukee aluminum cars in a minute. All right, so you still see a bunch of American patriotic things. You got the um, uh, why am I having a tongue tie moment? We're having the Mikado down here, the American Mikado. I mean, that's really cool, and it's in semi-scale, so it's going to go around your 31 curves, if you have those tighter curves, and a bunch of GP38s right over here, different paint schemes. Like I said, the American Independence cars, you'll see those. Actually, let me go back. I actually like the fact that the tops actually have the American flag on the roofs. That's new. They usually just had the blue when I was really seeing that and like having the painted emblem of the United States on there. That's pretty dope. I might see if I can grab like one or two to add on to my version of my Freedom Train when I run it every 4th of July or Memorial Day. Yeah, yep. See the normal blue and some lettering on top. That's what I'm used to. But it's really dope that they actually put the American flag on the other ones. Yeah, and more United States 250. They might have all 13 colonies. That would be pretty dope if they did. The original colonies to make it really awesome. Well, actually, yeah, yeah. I didn't see all of them, but you can actually see like they got pretty much the big kahunas. You got New York, you got Massachusetts, Virginia, New Hampshire, Maryland, South Carolina, Rhode Island, North Carolina. Um, you don't really see Georgia in there or uh, Vermont. You don't see them. So it's kind of different than what I'm used to, but you got the big cheeses, if I can say that, because it kind of does look with that orange, it kind of does look a little cheesy. You get the joke. Anyways, moving forward. So of course, like we talked about earlier, in the small catalog that came out right after um the big catalog this year, we got the big announcement that the Vision Line Big Boy was coming back out. Um, and to hop on it as soon as possible. I did hop on it. I'll be honest, I hooked up with my boy Thomas for a Pensy version of that he was doing. I mean, the rendering work on that, the artwork was just mwah, beautiful. That I couldn't pass it up. And I got the last box. I called Thomas up and I was like, "Hey, like, are you still taking those orders?" He's like, "I got one left," and I was like, "Yo, hold that one for me. I'm gonna order it right then and there." And he's like, "Go for it." And I was like, "Boom, my deposit down so I can make sure I got mine." So I'm gonna be Gonna be pretty strapped for the rest of the year when it comes down to trains, but we'll see what happens with like if there's any surprises that I can avoid as much as possible. But if not, damage is damage, and we'll roll with the punches if I can. All right. So getting more into it. Oh, okay. So you see that at the bottom we still have the bay window cars. There's a huge section in the back on there with the features. But like I said, there's a ton of auxiliary tenders that are coming out, different themes. Previous page, like, oh, no, two more pages, three more pages back. Too many clicks. There we go. Let's go back. Like I like that Freedom paint scheme. I think that would go really, really well with the AC9 that some people actually bought from Metka. I mean, that was a fantastic paint scheme. Fantastic, right on point. And I think that would actually go very well with that car. Let's get back to the cheat sheet down here so I can get back to where I was before. Just bear with me. There we go. And so you can also see that, yeah, you can get the regular UP colors with the American flag. So, yeah, I think that would be really, really dope, especially if it's your first big boy and you want that auxiliary to make it more of like the 250 run, right? We got more, call it the hot dog over here, the hot dog paint scheme. Um, that's pretty dope with the big vision line, American flag. I mean, I'm not really too enthusiastic about this one because it's the Lionel line. But I will say that I can't wait to see exactly what Brady's. He's supposed to be doing a Cookie Monster or a which is also known for those who don't know, is called a Conrail version uh, of the big boy. So I'm wondering what that looks like. Uh, they did a S2 version. Believe it's last catalog or the catalog before. I can't remember exactly the year, but I mean that was actually pretty sick as well. They did an amazing job on that. So I'm pretty interested to see exactly what the Cookie Monster is going to look like because Conrail is super, super awesome. I don't have any Conrail yet in my collection, but best believe it's coming soon. It's coming soon for me. No, let's get back. Okay. So the next part of this catalog, getting straight into it, is a comeback. It's the comeback king of this part of the season. It is the Milwaukee 261, also known as a also known as an S3. Now, the reason why this is awesome for the Milwaukee Road is that it actually came out before twice. In 2000, I believe it was 2010 or 2011, it actually premiered out as a legacy engine back then, but only like $1,000, a little over $1,000. I think it was like 1,100 or something like that. It's like 1099, and yeah, when you really think about it, like $1,000. Yeah, what does that train have? I'm like, it had the smokestack, it had the whistle steam, it had so much going for it, and it was a powerful looking engine. I mean, epically powerful for that S3. So the reason why I'm like interested in getting it, I don't have an S3, but as many videos as I've watched about the S3 and seen exactly the paint schemes that people have done and how wonderful this locomotive is, it comes with a lot of features, right? We read about it on page 16. I'll go back for those who hadn't seen it, but on page 16, like listen to some of these features. I'm just gonna read them off, all right? So you got a cylinder steam stack. Okay, so you got steam coming up. The emergency stoplight, the safety valve steam, like a safety valve steam, and the drawbar, right? The drawbar right here. So when you really look at it, like you're like, wow. So I got whistle steam, okay. I got the smoke tender stack steam. I got the front stoplight. And then I got this safety steam coming out of the bottom. I mean, that in itself is pretty daggone dope for what it is. And of course, you get your rail sounds, your legacy rail sounds to make sure that's good. But yeah, that in my mind is just amazing for about, it says 17.99. It's probably going to be more like 16.99 or 16.49, depending on who you're actually getting it from. But that's what I'm looking forward to. And below it, the Milwaukee aluminum cars. I mean, I am actually super excited to see this lounge car. Like, I don't have one in my collection. I don't know a lot of people that do, but this is something that I believe everybody's going to be hopping on. These aluminum cars are going to be they're going to be it. I mean, people are going to want to buy these just because they want the lounge car. The lounge car is it. Um, I like the Vista car as well, so I'm probably going to get the Vista a 2-pack and a lounge car set. I just don't know how I want to stack it. That's just me. Getting even deeper into the catalog itself, for those who do not know, um, now I know that Eric loves Hiawathas. It's like his favorite. Um, he says he might not get it. He says he'll probably pass on it. I get that, but I do love this gray Hiawatha scheme up here. Like, it seems super basic. I know. Um, I like the matte colors for the I like the matte color, but I really wish that was like a slight gloss on um on the gray that would make it pop a little bit more. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Like paint official paint renderings never really like do it justice until it comes out, and then you're like, "Whoa, that looks better than I thought it did." In the catalog. So that's another thing that I really enjoy about it. Of course, they did a UP version. You know, I love UP. I love all these. Um, I mean, but it's Milwaukee Road, and I really don't know if I really want to get a Milwaukee Road that looks like a UP. That's just me. It's just not my type. To me, it kind of looks a little too mustardy. That's just me. Of course, some more S3s themes, some matte finishes, some gloss finishes. All right. Okay, into the Deco. Deco. Wow. Deckpod. Decapod. So the Russian Deckpod, like, yeah, they came out in 1917, and like Lionel has done a couple of things with it. But the new feature that I actually do like is that most of their locomotives in this catalog now come with the swinging bell as standard with a lot of their legacy, which is actually amazing. They're packing in more and more stuff. I believe that Eric was talking about it a lot on his videos that they are packing more in, and it is true. They are packing way more features because I'll tell you when we get to the Atlantics. But when you really think about it, okay, we got the swinging bell, we got the whistle steam, and it's $1,200. Legit, that's $1,200. That is not bad for what you're getting. And it's actually on tighter curves, which is 031. So you could have a way smaller layout, and be able to have just as much fun with Steam as some of us in the bigger scales that can run 072, 081. And I'm telling you, like, for a person who's newer into the hobby, this is a good price for a locomotive of this stature, because you got to think about it. It's 19 inches long. It's like this big. That is a decent size engine right there. I'm not gonna cut it short, but I do for me personally, I won't I won't hop on the decapods. I don't really like the setup of it. That's just me. But I do like the Susquehanna right here. I mean, I like Susquehanna when I see them. I don't know, but I'll probably pass it this time and see what else they come out with next catalog at the beginning of the year because I have enough. I'll be honest, I got enough pre-orders coming in. So the E6s, the Atlantic E6s. So a little bit about these E6s. I have one. I got one custom from Mr. Muffins. It's a C&O, and I like the fact that these new E6s actually come with the swinging bell new, and they keep everything else on top of it. That was the only thing that I really wish um, that the E6s had was a swinging bell. And Lionel listened. They listened clearly because when the swinging bell in that midsection right here, that midsection right here, really goes, it is the best. The it'll just cap off the look. It just does it for me, right? Um, Getting a little bit further in, so you see that they did a A6 E6 Pacific Limited. It's so much similar to the 4K that Noah, my son, had. Well, he still has it. It's just it's semi-scale, so we really don't run it that often. Um, oh my gosh, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. This Great Northern Legacy is coming home with daddy. I am not kidding. If that is what the paint looks like, I'm definitely getting with that oil tender right there. I mean, that is flipping amazing as a Great Northern. Oh, I've never seen this. Is this real or is this fantasy? Major draw from the passenger to the east, however, blah 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 blah. Whether you create early. Da, 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 da. Okay. Passenger cars. Okay, the passenger cars are real. I gotta find out more if this is actually ran or if this is just a fantasy scheme. But this, oh my gosh, this will pop out on my layout so well. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna get that. The passenger cars, the woodside passenger cars. All right, so for if you're new in this hobby, right? Woodside passenger cars usually are the early 19 or excuse me, the late uh 19th century, early 20th century. You'll see those in particular, especially with lighting. I mean, when you say let's say it's $100 off, like 3.99 a pack with these two cars, we gotta see the detail to really understand because I'll say it, wood passenger cars are not cheap. They just aren't as much as we wish they could be. The reason why is because the detail is so well. I do like Lionel's wood passenger cars, but I think the individuals that usually take the cake are usually, and this is usually um between Lionel Atlas and Third Rail. I've seen a few that Third Rail has done, but Third Rail is so awesome that when they take the picture, it just matches. It just matches whatever is coming out. That's why their catalog is just half pictures of real locomotives because you're like, is this is what it's gonna look like? And 90% of the time, it looks exactly like that. So yeah, it's like perfect. Okay, some more E6s. All right. Uh, New York Central version, matte black. Where's that gloss? I can't tell from that. Go on the previous page. Yeah, it's semi-gloss looking. So yeah, that's what that kind of looks like. Oh yeah, wow, they got the Vanderbilt oil tender right there. That's pretty dope. UP version. Yep, UP. Gotcha. I mean, the UP passenger cars are actually pretty dope too. I kind of like these as well. Yeah. All right, getting into the heritage units. The heritage units. Let's get into it. All right. So the heritage units themselves are awesome in the fact that all of these on this page actually have ran, and those paint schemes are real. Right? Those paint schemes are real. Um, I mean the Seaboard is probably the best paint scheme out of all of them in my opinion. I really don't like the Georgia Road or the Louisiana, Nashville. I just don't. But I kind of like that Seaboard. Do I really want it in my collection? Probably not as powered. Maybe I'll get a non-powered unit. It just depends. That's just me. Oh wait, hold up. Let me just get back. But that's just me in a nutshell. Yeah. But when you really start thinking about like legacy and diesel, the prices are creeping up. You used to be able to get a legacy diesel for like $700. This is not bad for like close to 750. It just depends on if you're willing to spend the money and if it's really enough for you. Now, absolutely, this is coming home again with me. When I first saw this rendering, when I first saw this out of the catalog, when I was looking at it a little bit earlier, I was like, yeah, just yeah. Um, so Atlas did a mock-up version as well in their catalog this year, and trust me, that looks amazing as well. I got some of their rolling stock that can match it out of that catalog. I just wasn't sure if I needed to wait or if I needed a pre-order, and I was like, you know what, I'll just balance it out. And then the deadline passed, and I was like, you know what, I guess I lost out because with Atlas, once it's pre-ordered, once the pre-order passes, it's like they may make like 10 or 15 more um for certain shops that really want to pre-order it, and then they're just off the shelves, they're gone. But for this, I'm definitely getting it because it has legacy in it. And I love the paint scheme. I just love it. I do like the bay window caboose at the bottom. I do like that. I already ordered a caboose that has a similar, that's kind of similar in paint scheme, but I do like that caboose. I might splurge on that one a little bit too. They might. I'm hoping like I can get it like at 150 or what like 150 or something like that. Instead of $200, 179.99. I don't know if I will spend almost $200 on a caboose, but 150 I will definitely entertain that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get the Atlantic. The Atlantic is pretty dope right here. Just because it's Atlanta. For those who don't know, Norfolk Southern used to be actually headquarters in VA, in Norfolk, Virginia. That was their original headquarters. And I'm in Virginia Beach, which is like 5 minutes adjacent. Like I can literally like take my car real quick, interstate wise, and I'm in Norfolk like that. I go to downtown and take some pictures and do some train watching down there sometimes. But if they ever decided to like, we're just gonna put Norfolk on there, just Norfolk, just leave it as a Norfolk Southern with no no location. I'm like, yo, that's it in a nutshell. It's Norfolk. It doesn't matter. It's just Norfolk, and I love Norfolk Southern. So, all right, so we got some more SD70s right here. I mean, you got your standard UPs that you can find. Two different road numbers, or actually, there's one, two, three different road numbers this time. Three different road numbers. You got your BNSF. What is this? This is QNSL. I have no idea what that road name is. I have no idea. Uh, yeah, I don't know unless it's like Quebec something. I don't know. Uh, what if it's Quincy? I don't know. I don't know. Quebec, Quincy, Quincy Northern. I don't know. But yeah, that's an interesting paint scheme right there. The orange is nice. But I don't know. I think that I like to see a little bit different things to see what is going on. And then we got the Kansas City de Mexico. So if you read it, it says, while we celebrate 250, it was only 3 years ago. Kansas City Southern de Mexico commemorated the bicentennial of the United States Mexico diplomatic relations. So this is actually a real train that actually did run. That paint scheme actually did happen. Um, but it's not for me. But if you like it, I mean, go for it. It's real, so you can run it. Just run it as prototypical. All right, here come the sets. So for those who do not know, why I am super happy when it comes down to sets, they actually are very, very, very price effective when it comes down to somebody who wants to expand their roster or get some rolling stock and some engines at a way discounted price. And the reason why I'm showing it this way, because you really want to go back to what exactly is in the previous pages of the SD70s. The SD70s, like I said, are running around 750, right? 750 um in store most likely. The MSRP is 849. I think somewhere 899, but no, they're 849. I was right. Yeah. They're 849. So even taking $100 off of that with a pre-order, or which a lot of mom and pop shops do, I mean, 750 for one engine is a good amount of money, right? It's a chunk of change. But what if you want another one? What if you want another one? Well, they're giving it to you, right? They're saying here is two engines that you can run either together or separately. And here's some rolling stock, right? It's coming with two legacy engines, a fuel tender, two coal hoppers. Okay, they're covered. Two covered hoppers. Excuse me, coal hoppers, covered hoppers. You also get an insulated beer car that has graffiti. That's pretty dope. And a 50 foot tank car and another 50-foot plug-in car that's working on its own. That's pretty dope. When you really start doing the math on it, because sometimes tank cars can be $100 a piece. So even when you're doing the math, it's like one, two, hopper, another 80 to $100, another 80 to $100. Uh, this would definitely be $100, and this one definitely be like 80 to $100. So when you really start thinking about it, one, two, three, four, five, $600 plus 14. All right, so that would equal the 2 grand, and it's a little less than that, so it's probably going to be like 19 or $1,800 for all of it. That's actually a really good deal. When I really think about it that way, that's a really good deal. All right, getting into the U30Cs. So U30Cs, for those who've never actually seen them on a layout or in person ever, they're really industrial, right? They actually usually find them at like um mining and coal and all types of common areas with certain types of freight. Um, and I think they're very simplistic, but they're very affordable. 650, like 749.99, and then your mom and pop shop will knock off 50 to $100. So you're getting it at a great deal of like 650 and plus change, that's 675 for a legacy engine. That's pretty affordable. I'm going to be honest, because most legacies are not going to run you that nowadays. Like you can definitely go secondhand. That is perfectly okay, but getting it fresh out of the orange box, I mean, there's nothing like it. So the orange box goodness right there would be amazing. Well, I'm looking at this this Louisiana, sorry, this Louisville and Nashville U30. I like that paint. I really do. I would love to see this on a GP. I really would. Because if I could find a GP that looks like this, hands down, I would buy it. Yeah, that's what I would buy. And of course, they have some coal cars right here. Coal cars are dime a dozen if you really want me to be straight up about it. The one thing that's really cool about these coal cars now, when I get to it, I'll tell you that they have the end signals now. Some of them do, and you can just get those with your orders. All right, straight into the SD40s. SD40s, amazing locomotives. Um, like I said, good price for 650. Super modern. If you're not into the modern look, I understand. I'm not hopping on any of these. They're just not part of my layout theme. But power to you. I do think that the Seaboard down here is pretty dope. And the Santa Fe, of course, is always pretty awesome to be in your layout or to be in your roster. And right next to them, the GP18s. The GP18s, being honest, the GP18s are even more affordable. They're going to be within the $500 range, $600 tops. And you're going to see those. There's some new tooling with it, so I don't know what they're going to really look like. But you're getting it pretty basic. Legacy controls, Bluetooth, fast fan operating, and it's going to be about 14. It says 14 and a quarter um, long, so it's going to give you those tight curves. So yeah, that's pretty dope as well. Now these S4s actually caught my attention. Um, they are similar to the S2s, of course, but they actually come with a fixed pilots on them. So that's actually pretty amazing. And to me, even though they're only a foot long, the paint schemes on these are pretty flippin' awesome. Like between the C&O right here, the Chesapeake, Ohio, and the Seaboard, I would get one or both of them. I was like contemplating. I was like, do I want the UP? The UP is pretty awesome. I just don't like the dependable transportation logo on the side. That's the only thing that like really just like I'm not sure. Maybe something else would have been nice there, like just the road number and just leave it like that. I think that would have been pretty dope. But yeah, I like these two very much. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm keeping tabs on what I really like and what I'm like on the fence about. So it helps. All right, getting into the milk cars. Milk cars, I have like six of them, but they're awesome to have, especially for your older locomotives, steam based as well. Beer cars, of course, the graffiti. Like I was saying, like they're charging you 139.99, and even if a mom and pop takes off $50, you're still sitting at like $90. So um, ah, so the Bayside cabooses. So you see Burlington right there, some Erie. I mean, I like them. I like them all. I don't really need them. I just like the Norfolk Southern one. That's probably the only one I really like. Some more covered hoppers right here. So yeah, those are okay. Like I said, right now, right now Atlas is running rolling stock. Like they just are killing it. They're just amazing, so reliable. I love the themes, and majority of the custom ones that I get from Metka or Thomas and his trains. um and there's Josh from I believe it's Burlington Trains. I believe that's who it is. One second, I just want to make sure, don't want to give the wrong information. Anyways, I'll correct it. I'm sorry, Josh. I know Josh or Justin. Anyways, I know who I'm thinking of. He does a lot of great custom runs. He just did this custom run Big Boy with the Chessy theme. I love that. That was just amazing. I couldn't hop on it. I already like put my money into Thomas, and I was like, yeah, I can't do anymore. Like I might wind up homeless through the misses. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Some tank cars. Tank cars. Tank cars are tank cars. You'll spend $100 on them. I know that Ben likes Ben from Ben Trains likes the this this red that pops. That's the only one that really pops off the page to me. Um, the other ones are pretty basic. Some more 50 inch hoppers or 50-foot hoppers. Hoppers. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. It's late. 50-foot box cars. Some 50-foot box cars, some graffiti ones at the bottom. I have one. Actually, I think I have two in my collection with sound. So they bring some variety of a look inside of your runs. So I do like them if you ever think about it. Some insulated cars. The insulated cars. I'm not hopping on them. I don't. It's just not me. And some Woodside reefers. Like I would say, Atlas really runs amok when it comes down to rolling stock, including Woodside reefers. But if you don't want to pay like um, Trainmaster prices for some Woodside reefers, everyone, including me, will hype up Mr. Trains himself. I will hype up RMT. RMT is probably one of the most affordable, most detail oriented rolling stock companies I've ever seen. He does more than rolling stock, of course. He does people, he does a bunch of things. He calls them bleeple, those people. Um, but yeah, I will honestly say that RMT probably most one of the most affordable. So if you really don't want to spend Atlas prices, like imagine you spending $300 on an auto carrier, and instead you're like, I want some RMT. I'm like, you can get almost 10 of those cars, dude. You can just like six guaranteed you can get and have a nice run with that versus having one auto rack car from Atlas. So yeah, that's something to really think about. Some more coal cars, like I said, they come with the lighted ends on some of these. So it's pretty dope. The four packs aren't bad. Probably 300 for a 4 pack. That's not bad at all. Here we go. So some more of the aluminum passenger cars. So I like this ACW right here. I love the color on that. It's more like a berry type of color. I like it. And apparently, when I was looking at it earlier, it's real. They're working on it on the ACW railroad, that scenic railroad. So that's pretty dope right here. But one thing that's gotten me, this is something that's interesting. The Trippy Train Skytop Lounge. So Eric Siegel from Eric's Trains was hyping about this, like he was gonna get it for for himself when he was talking about it on his live stream yesterday. And I was like, I'm like, nope, that's not me. I don't see the point in it. And then I started looking a little bit at the details. Multicolored LEDs, both inside and underneath the car. I'm like, yo, so legitimately, I can have a cannabis car. I can be like, whoa, that's dope. Now, I'm not gonna get any, uh, any liquid smoke that's going to smell like cannabis, because I'm not, no, I'm not getting locked up, nor am I going to get smacked around because they're like, you're just getting high. No, 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 that's not me. Again, sorry if kids are in the room. Don't worry about it. Mom and dad will make sure that you understand that that is something you do not do. Um, but yeah, this is something that I am strongly considering now, just because of the lighting and the rarity and the collectability of this, because you will probably not find this again. They probably will not make this ever again. All right, now we're getting to the Lionel S2s. Excuse me, the Lionel 2.0s. Oh, Lion Chief 2.0s. I'm having a bad day with language, apparently. The Lion Chief 2.0s. These are the semi scales. So if you're looking for affordable, if you're looking for those tight curves that you couldn't find in the legacies, this is where you would normally go into this catalog, newcomers. This is where you would find some cool stuff. And I honestly say that that Southern that is popping out on that page right there with that beautiful green is probably the best thing on this page so far that I'm seeing. I like the New Haven with that matte black. I do like that. If you like weathering and everything like that, that's something that I will work on. But of course, this meek oh sheesh, I can't even speak today. This Mikado that I'm seeing right here, I mean, that is dope. If that came in Legacy, I think that would get sold out super fast. Like, I kid you not, I think it would probably get sold out like that. Um, there would be enough orders to like last them for a couple of months. Um, but again, I do like that. Maybe they'll think about putting that in scale. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing on that one. Okay, so we got some NT8, T TMCC motorized. It is late right now, so bear with me. It is almost 11 o'clock at night here, and I'm trying to get through this as best as I can to make sure that I can get this video up for you guys. But this TMCC motorized, I mean, they are what they are. I've seen them before. I've seen different styles of these. I mean, I think Peaches brought up the gangster last night when I was watching, so that's pretty dope. But yeah, I think that they're just super simplistic. I don't need them. They're not collectible to me, but for somebody else it might be. Actually, that special agent's pretty cool. Uh, and then we got some military, right? Of course, some X-Files. Area 51 types right here. That's pretty okay. Um, then we get to the Star Wars page. Now this is where I'm always like, what's coming out? They have plenty of boxcars that come out. They have plenty of everything. I mean, look at this coal hopper. It illuminates like with the kyber crystals in there. That's pretty sick for $100. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. I don't really like the orange, but I guess they're trying to like make it pop for people to really hop on. Um, but I do actually want to point out this power station right here. Uh, I mean, it's a plug and play. It illuminates externally, so this should light up. Well, the lights light up. Now it'd be cool if this thing lights up, the lining underneath, or even the sphere itself. If it lit up, that's um, and of course we got the ladder and everything. But again, it's a fuel station. Like, what else can I really talk about it besides it's just a really cool looking ball, right? All right, for those who just want to start getting in here, like don't even have a train, this is perfect. It's the post-war inspired look from Lionel. It's simplistic, it's easy, it's $300. Um, it's literally like something that I would get like my son Noah if he didn't get his K4 from his grandfather. That's what I would start off with, honestly. Um, it comes with four. It comes with one, two, three cars. Is it a three-car set? Yeah, it's a three-car set. It comes with the fast track. Uh, so it comes with enough to really get started. So you get the track, you get the engine for $300. That's pretty good because each piece of this track is like $5, $6. It's $5.99 in most places. So yeah, so that's really good. And it comes with a remote. Of course, it comes with a remote. Um, well, and if you look up top, yeah, it works with the app even if you don't have the base, even if you don't have the base three. Um, for those who don't know what a base three is it's a control system that you can utilize for legacy engines to get certain sounds and movements and everything like that. Um, but if you're just starting off in the hobby, I would just really focus on getting your train, seeing if you really like collecting trains, and start working your way up from there. You don't want to buy everything all up front because you'll realize, oh, I don't have enough space. Oh, this doesn't work for me. Or, oh, I don't know how to use this. Or my curves are too tight. Like most of us that had that happen. Not speaking of anybody in particular, Ray, but it happens. Um, so a little bit more, some I'm more ready to go. Uh, Missile launcher, that's pretty dope. Carrier. Um, so a hut. All right, and then some more steam and diesel. Now, I really want to bring up the fact that think about these prices. Like, okay, steam is always going to be more expensive than diesel. Usually, 90% of the time it is. Right? 90% of the time it is. But imagining you're first getting into this and you're doing something for your son or daughter, trying to get into trains, these semi scales are a perfect way to start. They're not bad on price. They work with your phone, your phone, your laptop, or excuse me, your phone, your iPad, any of your electronic devices that are Bluetooth compatible, that they work with. And then, of course, steam is a little bit higher than it comes down to diesel, but diesel also works as well if you don't really want to have smoke in the house and you just want things to just run normally. I mean, 250 for a engine. I mean, that's a great way to start. If you already have track and you just want to add another engine to it, that's perfect. All right. Now it'd be kind of interesting if that glowed in the dark. That would be kind of weird. It'd be kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time. All right, we got some more accessories. Harry Potter theme. That's really good for Halloween layouts and everything like that. You got some Acme, some signs. These signs actually do illuminate. There is lights in here. They've had those for years and years and years and years. Just add some character to your layout. You got some NASA semi-scale cars. Uh, you got some more. So the winged angels. My local hobby shop, Dale's Trains, they have a huge wall that they are collectible. People love them. They're just not for me. Hopefully, I can refocus everything. But they're not for me. That's just how it is. I'll just give it a second to refocus. I'm here. It's going to refocus. Well, it'll eventually refocus. I won't worry about it too much. There I am. All right, but continue on. There's some train history boxcars. I actually like these. Um, I really wish they came in a pack, like a three pack for like $300 or $299. That would be pretty dope. But if not, that's okay to me. I'm like, those are pretty awesome. If you have no idea of what train history is, I can just put those on somebody's shelf. Oh, and then if those who don't know, they still do personalized boxcars. They really do for happy birthday, happy anniversary, family vacations, all types of stuff. So that's awesome as well. And then, of course, there's some leftover rolling stock that you may have seen last catalog that's still in here. Um, especially the ballast dumper. I mean, I don't see what I would use that for, but if you could use it and you like the shape of the look of it, go for it. Here we go. So Halloween right here. Like I said, holidays are huge. So Halloween in particular, the Halloween themed locomotive this year is actually a decapod. So the one thing that I will say is that it is pretty cool. I like the dark maroon berry color, like it's blood, with Transylvania on the side with a coffin that's a vampire. Oh, and it has the number 31 on there for Halloween. Okay. Didn't even notice that. So that's pretty cool features. You got a glow in the dark dining car. Does it come with sounds? Yeah, it comes with sounds. It's legacy, so it comes with sounds as well. Wonder if it gives the spooky woo type of sounds and stuff like that. So that's really cool, and it's new tooling, so that's pretty awesome. Um, they also have the TMCC vehicle that we talked about earlier. Oh, and they have a customized Halloween one. That's pretty dope. Probably could get one for the kids and get it like specially designed and just have them have that. That's pretty dope. All right, so Visualine, they are doing a Polar Express theme. They are. Um, I like Tender Afterwards. It's pretty awesome as well. Um, but they also are doing this in semi-scale, the Polar Express theme. I think that's a little bit better, because I wouldn't really spend the $2,800 on something that I just run around the Christmas tree maybe once or twice, or excuse me, once to twice a year. Like it's the Polar Express. It's specifically for holiday time. So I don't think I'm gonna hop on that. Same thing with the Vigilant Christmas big boy. Like I said, if they had it, if they have it in semi scale, absolutely, but not no. I do like the auxiliary engine right here. Or excuse me, auxiliary tender. I love that theme right there. It is super Christmassy. I do love it. Uh, but again, it has to be worth it for me to run it that enough that year. Now, if you're just getting into Christmas theme and you like want something like just for Christmas, I would definitely go with the Pole Central. I think that is actually a sharp looking engine. I really do, and it's the E6, so it's probably going to set you back about $900, maybe a little less, for everything, including the swinging whistle. So it'll pop. It'll pop with the wreath on front. Absolutely, it'll pop. And it comes with some passenger cars. But I do want to say that Dutch Bakery, the Dutch Bakery in outside of PA, does some Christmas cars. They are Rail King, so it is MTH Rail King. But they are LED lit, um, and like they look amazing. I'll share some of it with you. If you join Train Talk Tuesday, you'll see much of these things coming out. But yeah, like I actually like them. They're probably going to sell out before I can even get to them this year. So I'll probably have to wait until next year. If he's doing it, and I'm trying to support anybody the way I can. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to spread the love as much as I can. All right, and then we got some more semi-scale. So you got the Evergreen Express, some more Polar Christmas theme types, the Elf on the Shelf. Yeah, so you got some more of those. And then we get into the accessories. The accessories, I mean, if you like them that way, they're pretty basic. They're plug and plays, most of them. But I think that's pretty much it for the catalog. But like I said, this is a really good catalog. It was only 125, 24 pages, only, but that's a pretty decent sized catalog. When we really want to get into like understanding how big catalogs are, that's a pretty good catalog knowing that the big catalog already came out. And I'll honestly tell you that that's what I love about catalog reviews, because you never know what's really coming out. You never know what new tooling is coming. You never know what you're going to open up to. But this one in particular showed me both sides of the coin. It showed me the collectors, the individuals who are trying to expand their collection, and the newbies. It just rounded everything out with accessories and cool rolling stock and new engines that are coming out that are more affordable, with a lot more in them than your basic standard ones. But like I said, this was a wonderful review of the Lionel 2026 Catalog 2. I think that this is going to be a great catalog. So hit up your local vendors, hit up your mom and pop shops, Train World, whoever. Place your orders, support the hobby. I'm Andre, coming from Badass Trains, and I'm out.